President. Mr. President, on a lighter note than the majority leader, I'd like to talk about something a little different. A couple weeks ago, Americans across the country lost an hour of sleep to spring forward and reset their clocks for what we call daylight savings time. I'm willing to bet losing that hour might have caused some of my friends back home in Alabama to have been late for church that day. But the outdated practice of changing our clocks twice a year has many more consequences than the inconvenience of running behind. And Congress should make this year the last time we ever change our clocks by passing the Sunshine Protection Act. Over the past 2 years, I have received many calls from people across Alabama to make daylight savings time permanent. Many Alabamians, including parents, seniors, farmers, citizens, mental health professionals, have all reached out to my office in support of the days of more sunshine in the evening. But not just Alabamians, millions, I mean millions of Americans are ready to end the outdated practice of springing forward and falling back. The idea of daylight savings time was originally known as wartime, W-A-R. It was first introduced as a temporary measure to conserve energy and better utilize resources during World War I. Now, nearly 100 years later, Americans' energy consumption has rapidly changed. While adjustments to our clocks might have made sense when it first began, it does not make sense for modern times today. That is why I joined Senator Marco Rubio and a bipartisan group of my colleagues to reintroduce the Sunshine Protection Act to make daylight savings time permanent. The bill would provide an extra hour of sunlight in the afternoon, which would be most noticeable during the dark and cold winter months. Many studies have proven that extra sunlight in the evening can lead to improvements in mental health, physical fitness, economic growth, and overall well-being. It's a simple way we could positively impact the day-to-day life of all Americans and finally get something done that a lot of people really care about. Shifting clocks can disrupt sleep patterns, but a permanent daylight savings time will help Americans maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Studies have suggested that the disruption of sleep patterns associated with the shift in time have increased the risk of cardiovascular disease and physical injuries. Northwestern University Medicine found that the fallback and spring forward comes with 9% spike in fatal car accidents and a 24% higher risk of heart attacks. Additionally, the long-term effects linked to daylight savings time include weight gain, headaches, and depression. The time switch in the fall increases seasonal affective disorder every year. And a study published in 2017 found that the transition from daylight savings time to standard time increased the number of hospital visits for depression by 11%. Permanent daylight savings time with extra sunlight in the evening will also encourage more physical activity, allowing more time for people to go on walks, participate in recreational activities, and attend outdoor events. Kids will be able to enjoy more time outdoors after school with friends year-round, and older Americans will have more access to vitamin D. Longer daylight hours in the evening have proven to stimulate economic activity as well because people are more likely to shop, dine out, and participate in other activities. COVID lockdowns, which were very recent, COVID lockdowns and their crippling economic effect throughout the country underscored how valuable our small businesses are for local economies and our entire nation as a whole. The agriculture industry is also greatly affected by daylight savings time, as more sunshine during working hours means more time to work on their crops, which could translate into more profitable bottom line. It could also decrease expensive energy consumption on farms by reducing the need for artificial lighting and heating. It is estimated that the time change costs the United States economy more than $400 million in lost productivity annually. Alabama, along with 17 other states, have already passed legislation to end the outdated practice of changing our clocks. 17. However, the federal government must act to make those laws go into effect. Congress should listen to the people and pass the Sunshine Protection Act to make daylight savings time permanent before we readjust our clocks again next fall. The change would improve our health, bolster our economy, benefit our farmers, and put America on the path to a brighter future. It's time for America to move forward and stop falling back. Mr. President, I yield the floor.